Hello everyone, this is Manoj and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will discuss and talk about ASP.NET Identity. So what is ASP.NET Identity? It's a management where we have user registration page, user login page, and reset password, so on and so forth. So we don't have to write our own code and we don't need to create our own design for these pages, alright? So let's open Visual Studio and see how we can do it. So for this, I'm using Visual Studio 2022. Create a new project, and from here we will select ASP.NET Core Web App Model View Controller project. So ASP.NET Model View Controller, click on Next. So let's give name ASP.NET Identity App. Click on Next. Uncheck this configure to HTTPS. So now this will create a brand new ASP.NET Core Web App application for us, and we'll see what is the default file and folder structure in ASP.NET Core Web App. So the project has been created, and you see these are the default file and folders. So in the controllers folder, we have got a one controller, home, and in the views we have a home folder. In that we have index view, we have a privacy view, and in the model we have error view model. All right. So now the first step is we have to install a package. So right click on the project, manage NuGet packages, and go to browse, and we have to type Microsoft Visual Studio Code Generation.design. Select this package and make sure you will choose the right version. So I'm going to choose 6.000 and install. So this will install your correct version as per your Visual Studio. If you choose higher version, then it will show you the compatibility issues. So make sure you will choose 6.0.0. So I accept. The package has been installed. Now let me close both of them. Save. Now the next step is we have to add our identity. So right click on the project, go to add scaffold item, and click on identity, click on add. So it will display the identity options. So from there we will choose account login, account registration, forget password. So here let's use account login, logout, register, and reset password. You can choose whatever option you want, but for the time being I'm choosing these four: login, logout, register, reset password. So here, if you see here, we have a default layout, and now we have to choose another one. So click on the three dots, go to views, go to shared, and layout.cshtml. Okay, so this will set our default layout for all these pages. That is step one. Now second step is we have to add our db context class. So click on add. So you see by default it is showing you this name, but I think that is this is a very long name, so let's make it little short. Add. And the same thing, we have to add a user class. So click on this plus sign. So same, let's change it, sample user. Click on add. Now we have followed all the steps. We have chosen the options. We have set our layout.cshtml. We have created db context class and also the user class. So click on add. So it will take a moment and it will create all the respective partial views for us, like register, forget password, registration user, and all these controllers, and this one user class and db context class. So the moment it will install all the things, so here in this solution explorer we will see a complete a new folder called area, and inside that we have an identity and we have all our db context and user context class. You see The scaffolding has been done, and as I have already mentioned, we have a new area folder. So let's expand this. So we have an identity folder, and inside this we have two folders, data and pages. So let's expand data first. So here we have our DB context class, all right, and we have our sample user class, perfect. And in the pages we have all our partial views, login, logout, register, reset password, and other food, all right. So we are done now. So let's open this register. See, this is our register partial view, and this is our login view. All right. So now let's build the solution and try to run it and see what we have got. Build succeeded. So debug, start without debugging. So see, we have a very basic ASP.NET Core Web API interface. So here we can see there is no login and registration link. All right, why links are not there? So for that we have to do some changes. So we have to go to our default layout, which is in shared folder, layout.cshtml, and after this nav we have to add our partial view. So partial, and we have to choose our login name. If you see over here, we have got underscore login partial dot cshtml. All right, so we have to pass this login partial, save, refresh. I think we have to build this, so control shift B. Build succeeded. Let's refresh now. So see, we have register and login. All right, so if I click on register, you see nothing is happening. Why so? The reason is ASP.NET Identity is implemented in a way for Razor pages. So this is our ASP.NET MVC application. So we have to inject our ASP.NET Razor pages. So how we can do that? So go to program.cs file, and inside here we have to add our app.map Razor pages. So we have to give our Razor pages mapping over here. So save. Now again, let's build the project. Control Shift B. Done. And let's refresh it. Oops. Let me remove this and let's refresh. Now click on register. You see, we have got our registration page. Perfect. So that is one. And if I click on login, so we are on login page. So both are working. Now, if I go back to register, so here we by default we got three things: email, password, and confirm password. All right. But if you want to add another two property, let's say your name, your mobile number, your address, how we can do that? So for that, let's go back to Visual Studio, and in the sample user, which is our model, and this is inherited from identity user. So here, first we have to add some properties, whatever property you want. For example, I'm going to add property like first name, and let's add another property, property public string last name. So this is step one, and now we have to add these properties in the DB context class because this class is responsible to save these properties in the database. All right. So in this on model creating override method, so here we have to add our class. So before that, let's create another class. So public class application user entity configuration, and this will inherit our entity type configuration entity, and this will take our user class, which is our sample user USER. So if you see, this is an interface, so we have to have implement all the methods. So click on it and implement interface. So we have implemented our interface. Now here we have to inject this class. So builder dot apply configuration new and this class name. Done. Now here we have to add both the properties. So builder dot property x dot first name. Let's say you want to specify the max length. So has max length, let's say 100, and same thing, do it for last name has max length 100. Save. So we are done with our DB context class. Now let's open package manager console, and now we have to add our migration. So add migration, and let's say initial migration. So basically what it does, it will create our script which will be going into database to create a complete database with this table, that user. All right. So let's wait for a while. You see, we have got the complete script from here. Perfect. Now let's open package manager console again, and now we have to type update database. But before that, let's go to our app settings.json, and here you have to change this server name. So let's open SQL Server. So by default you will get this kind of server name when you add DB context class, but you have to add your own server name which you can get from your SQL Server. So this is your server name. Let's copy and replace your existing server name with this. Save, and now just execute this command, update database. So this will execute our database, and we can able to see the database in SQL Server. So let's quickly open this SQL Server also. You can see it is executing the script. Done. Perfect. Now let's go to SQL Server, and if you see the database name, this is the database name, and in the databases, let's expand this. Perfect. This is our database. Let's expand it, and in the tables, so you can see these are the default tables which we got created when we run our update database script. So see, this is the ASP.NET users. So let's open a new query and select star from ASP.NET users, execute. So you see, we have got both the properties, whatever we added additionally, first name, last name. These are the default columns, you can say the fields which we get on our identity application. All right, perfect. Now go back to Visual Studio and let's try to run it. Debug without. So click on register. So from here you can register yourself, you can log in yourself. All right. So this is about today's video, and this is the part one. In the second part of this video, I'll show you how we can add these first name, last name over here, and whatever changes are there, so that we can hold our value of first name and last name and store here in this table. All right. So this is about today's video. I hope you like it. If you did so, hit the like button, share, comment. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe, and I need your help and support. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.